Hello everyone and welcome to LotnaVision behind the scenes. This is Donut Donny. Hope you all are well. This is basically a video to describe behind the scenes of LotnaVision, how it was created and what we did for the presentation and where songs finally finished, and then a bit of an exclusive right at the end. So let's get straight to it. So, oops, wrong page. Way back in July 2017, Ed had the idea of getting people to vote for their favourite song. In April this year, I took over the idea, and we sent two links. One was the short list of songs, and the second was the online voting system, and 30 of you actually online voted it, so thank you very much. So this is the actual screen you would have seen when you went into it, and then you voted out of that short list of 58 songs from first place down to 10th place, and you put all these points in, and then I would have got the email saying what scores and who voted, and then from that you can see if 30 people voted, and these are all the scores that were spread out. Out of the 58, 30 people voted, 22 I caught one Lotna night, and then a few others did various other ways. So from this, then what happened was I went then created the spreadsheet where all the great information was going to be found. So I'll show you it right now. This is the magical spreadsheet that I was using. So as you can see here, all the songs are on the left hand side. In the middle section here is all the points being added using various formulas, so total scores and how many people voted. It also gives you a good idea why Imperial March did so well. Imperial March obviously won the contest. If I show you it now, oops, the screen's a bit too big this time. There's Imperial March there. 27 people gave the votes. That was 5 more than Doctor Who. Even though Doctor Who, as you can see here, if I try to highlight it for you as well, there we go. Even though Doctor Who had more top scores, 6 people, and Imperial March 5, you can see that Imperial March had more second places than Doctor Who. And so that's why Imperial March kind of won it in the end. But the scores were then updated as more people put their votes in, and then the deadline on June the 1st then came. But before June the 1st, I was actually keeping an eye on who was actually winning, and you could see there was a bit of a trend. The top 3 always stayed the top 3 with only one change of position. The obvious one, Imperial March, overtook Doctor Who, but Doctor Who was winning at 20 votes and at 30 votes, and then some songs, some surprises like Eve of the War, Flash, It's Cold Outside, who all finished out of the top 10 in the end. After 40 votes, that's when Imperial March started to overtake Doctor Who and stayed there. You can see on 40 votes Thunderbirds was doing very well. Slight spelling mistake there, some spelling mistakes here, but not to worry. And then that went right down to near the end. Like Carrying Away with Sun was in the top 10, that finished out. Flash was in the top 10 at one stage, that finished out of the top 10. And then when all this was done, we did the after June the 1st, I can then start devising the presentation. But during the time of the voting, I make a log of who voted and what was their top score. And if you can spot your name, there it is. So we'll go through that briefly, this middle column here. Just bear with me for a second. There you go. So Ed was the first person who voted, I was the second. We just made sure the email system, how I was going to find out people voted through the online, was working. So if you can see your name, then thank you very much for voting. All these people. A lot of people, former members, came in and voted as well, former Lotna people. So thank you to all you guys and girls. Right down to 58, Maggie was the final vote. So yeah, after June the 1st, then I can start creating the spreadsheet which was shown last night. I first did the top 58 scores. So the presentation, top 25 were featured, so we'll go through the 25 soon. So we'll feature more heavily here of who finished outside of 25, so you can see where all the other songs finished. So you can see that Eve of the War was 26th, just missing out. You can see between 27th and 24th the points total were very close. And then Dragonborn, and then some songs were on joint points, and then the way I decided to split them up is if one song had more top places than another, or if one song had more second places than the other. That's how you spread them out. Hence why Faith of the Heart came 19th and Forever Autumn came 20th, and Life of Mars came 12th and Flash came 13th. It clearly says there, like, Life of Mars came first twice, or Flash came first once, so Life of Mars went above Flash. And then we went right down to the last couple of songs. So try, if you can spot your favourite there, that's where it finished. I thought Power of Love from Back to the Future and Superman theme would do much better, but they struggled in the end. And then right down to the bottom 5. Galaxy Quest finishing bottom because only one person gave it a vote, while Hero Canton 2 people gave it a vote, so I put Galaxy Quest came last. And now the spreadsheet was divided. The spreadsheet was actually 80% done by the first weekend of June, so I didn't have to do much after that because I had other things I was doing in real life, like new job and also doing my calendar shoot, so I had to concentrate on that. So I'll show you the presentation, a brief version of it. What was shown first was I did some intro music of various clips of songs that featured in the 58, and that went down very well. That lasted for about 10 minutes, and then I went through the presentation. Initially what I went through after this beginning screen was the introduction screen, which was done by music only. I wasn't going to say anything, I was just going to let people read it, but I found out from that they couldn't read it very well at the back of the room, so with thanks to Tony, my sound guy, thanks Tony, we turned down the music being played there because it never actually stopped. We tried so many times and it just did not stop. So I actually talked through all this. So again, this is briefly what I went through earlier. Ed started this in July, and then I carried on after that, and we renamed it LotnaVision. Thanks to everyone for voting, and then the point system was done in Eurovision way. 12 points for a win, 1 point for 10th place. And then another screen was shown about 50 nominations, just to sort of like get people prepared, ready for the scores, and let's find out. Now, another stats screen. 58 songs, none people voted with 58, all the songs got votes, and 30 of those songs got top scores. That's what that screen means. And then I did positions 25 to 11. Now, on this PC, the format has gone slightly wrong. When we were shown last night, it's not so like this. It went out really well. Oops, I went back a screen too far there. So, Hedwig, for instance, came 25th. This is just a copy of the spreadsheet I'd done, so that's actually 58 points down there, right up to Carry On Your Way with Sun, 94. Carry On Your Way with Sun crashed out of the top 10 right the last couple of weeks. Flash was originally a top 10 song. It's Cold Outside, the Red Dwarf song, was originally a top 10 song but crashed out. Into the West was a strong song that rose up the chart, basically up to 16th. And then the other songs. So I went through all the scores there. And then the top 10, again, the difference between what I'm doing now and what actually happened last night is I can't show you the film clips or any YouTube clips because of the copyright issues. So, for instance, Raiders March came 10th with 96 points. And then I went through all the 9. All brief sound clips and stuff. Firefly came 8th with 98 points. Between 10th and 8th, the points totals were very close. And then we had a bit of a jump. The jump was starting to happen after Time Warp. Time Warp did very well in the end. It got 100 points. Ghostbusters came 6th with 105 points. And then we had the top 5. Welcome to Jurassic Park came 5th. So I went through all the scores, and we had sort of like a score contest with people guessing how much it scored, with some hints from me. And you can see there between 6th and 5th there was a 14-point difference, and then the points difference was starting to get bigger because the top 4 just pulled away, and then the top 2 pulled away from the top 4, if that makes any sense. So Game of Thrones was then came fourth with a total score of 136. Main theme from Star Wars came third with 141. And then the top two, the shock of the night, Doctor Who did not win. So 165 points. And then the winner was Imperial March, Darth Vader's theme, with 194 points. After all that, we did the top scores. Doctor Who had the most top scores, but Imperial March had the most votes, hence why I think it won. And then John Williams, this was my only mistake of the night, thanks for everyone spotting it, was the Welcome to Jurassic theme, park theme should have been put into that as well. So there should be 7 songs, it would have been below Star Wars main theme. And the bottom 5 songs were these songs. So Galaxy Quest came bottom. We did have, I think it was Jeff last night saying right at the beginning of the presentation, oh, my favourite's Galaxy Quest, how well did I do? And I said, oh, you'll find out later. Trying to keep a straight face because I knew Galaxy Quest would have did finish last actually. And then I did a bonus slide, which was a video, a brief video of everyone found it really enjoyable. Bohemian Rhapsody done by the Muppets. Everyone really enjoyed that. And then this final slide, which no one actually saw because we thought when the video was being played briefly that it was a good way to end it. So this is exclusive. No one saw this slide. It was just a big thank you to everyone that voted, and also if they hope they enjoyed the presentation, and also a big thanks for Ed for starting these awards. Thank you, Ed. I hope I did you proud. Will LotnaVision happen again? I don't know. Maybe it's a kind of one-off competition. I think it might happen again in 5-10 years time, where some new songs might feature. There might be prequel Game of Thrones or Star Wars or various other things, Frozen 2 maybe, who knows. But I don't think this can't be an annual competition. This is only going to be done every 5-10 years, as I said before. But it'd be interesting. Would Imperial March win again? It'll do well, definitely, because the Imperial March is nearly 40 years old, and I think it will do well. Now, of course, this is the end of the presentation. Now, I did think of a backup, just in case the presentation and the laptop and the TV wasn't going to work. I did think of a way of doing an audio version of the presentation. Obviously, it would involve me talking a lot more. The intro music would have been still played because that was a sound wave, and then I was going to do a technical announcer, which is me, of course, explaining there was a fault with the system and saying sorry, but in a funny way, and hopefully people will laugh about it. Obviously, that was never needed last night because the technical problems did not arise, even though they were going to arise at first. I realised I actually brought the wrong HDMI cable because the cable I bought was for my tablet, but I was using my laptop. So thanks to Tony, he phoned Dave, and thanks to Dave, he brought the HDMI cable with his sound box. The sound box was used to boost the sound so everyone can hear the presentation, and the microphone obviously. And we didn't need this technical announcer, but as a world exclusive, you can hear what was going to be used if the technology wasn't going to work. So all I can say is I apologise for this, but hopefully you'll like it, and I'll let the announcer take over for a few minutes.
Good evening, everyone. This is Mr. Announcer here. I hope you're all well this fine Saturday evening. As I'm here doing this, then that does mean there has been a technical problem with this presentation, and the laptop and TV are not talking to each other at the moment. That is a shame, as they normally get on very well. It must have been that pesky recent Windows 10 update that caused these problems. Always been a nuisance. Things are going well, and then an update happens, and yup, then it all goes wrong. Anyway, Mark is making an angry face at me because I'm going off topic. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, back to why I'm here. Why am I here? Why is the sky blue? Why do birds make that annoying cheep cheep noise just when you're trying to get some sleep? Why did Fox cancel Firefly when it was a very good show? Yes, I really enjoyed that show. Did you all enjoy that show? Yes, it was very good. Why did they cancel it? Why? 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 And what is grime music anyway? I never understand that type of music. No. I prefer classical music myself, like Schubert or Mozart. Or Beethoven. Yeah, Beethoven's good. What? I'm going off topic. Sorry about that. Right, let's get back to the important stuff. The important things you need to know about tonight. As you know, you're here to attend the one and only, one time only, maybe, LotnaVision Awards. Are you all excited? I see a few nodding faces, even though I'm just audio and I can't actually see people. I hope some of you are nodding. Oh, a few of you are. Yes, a few smiles. A few of you are wondering what on earth is going on here. Well, it's good to see some of you are excited about this. It's a very good presentation for all to watch, but it looks like it's not going to happen, sadly. You won't see any moving pictures because, again, the TV and the laptop are not talking to each other. Such a shame. But we have got a great alternative. You have to put up with Mark a bit more, I'm afraid. He'll probably have to talk a lot more than he was intending to do, but it's good to think of a backup, isn't it? And he has done a backup for you. He will talk a lot more, as I said before, but he also will play some more music as well, because, well, it is a song contest, and you normally play music at a song contest. I understand you're voting to find out which song's the best Lotna sci-fi fantasy song. Oh, that sounds really spiffing, really interesting. I wonder who's going to win. I actually prefer BBC at the Proms myself. I do go there very often to the Albert Hall. What do you mean I'm going off topic again? Oh, sorry. So who do you think will win this contest then? Doctor Who? No, maybe? I heard Doctor Who's a very popular show. Star Wars. What's that? What's Star Wars? Is it something to do with stars? Do they fight against each other? Oh, it's a film. Oh, okay. Raiders of the Lost Lunch? Oh, sorry, Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark. That sounds quite spiffing, actually. Or could it be Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters. Ooh, does it mean there's ghosts around? Is there ghosts here? I don't like ghosts. Are they? Oh, it's a song. Oh, okay, it's a song. Or Flash. Aha. Do you say that? Do you just say Flash then aha? Oh, so you say Flash, then the audience says aha. Okay, let's try it then. Oh, this is good. Flash. I think they did it. Shall we try again? Yes. Flash. Yeah. Oh, that's very good. I think. Yeah. Yes, I certainly heard a aha. Yes, I hope that does very well. But my personal favourite, I did have a quick look at that list. My personal favourite was the Galaxy Quest tune. Very good show. I heard it's a very uplifting track. That and Ulysses. I heard a certain Jackson. Jackson, is that Mr. Jackson? Oh, that's his. Oh, he's called Jackson. Oh, that's his favourite song. Oh, all right, that's good. Oh, good for him, I say. Anyway, well, let's find out, shall we? So, all you please take a seat, and I don't mean literally take a seat and sit somewhere else. Take a seat here. If there's a free seat, sit down, please. That's all right. Yes, and make sure you got a drink. Drink's very important. Yes, I'm drinking vodka and ice at the moment. Not too many though, because I'm a professional voice actor, so I don't want to get drunk. And enjoy your meal if you have one. Oh, so you can eat here. Oh, that's very good. Oh yes, please eat as well and enjoy the one and only LotnaVision Awards. Can I go now? Yes. I'm getting paid for this, yes? Oh, jolly good. Yes, enjoy. Au revoir and goodbye.
So that was never shown or heard because the technical issues, there weren't actually no technical issues in the end, thankfully. Again, big thanks to Tony and Dave for helping me out on that issue. So that was going to be used in case the actual presentation wasn't actually going to be shown. It'd just be done by wave only. But again, that technical announcer was going to be used if we did any problems, but thankfully we didn't. But that actually brings the end to the presentation. So the actual behind the scenes to the presentation. The actual presentation itself took 45 minutes, and it was greatly received. Thank you for everyone for watching, who attended the presentation last night, and also watching this behind the scenes. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you all again very soon. This is Donny signing out. Goodbye.